All right, this is a math mini lesson on adding and subtracting integers. Remember, integers are whole numbers and their opposites. So examples would be -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2, and so on in each direction. Addition rules. We can have the same signs, and we can also have different signs. When we have the same signs, we add and keep the sign. So for example, -4 plus -3, my signs are the same, they're both negative, so I add the numbers, keep the sign. Same thing if they're both positive, obviously. 2 plus 3, they both have positive numbers in front of them, so add the numbers, keep the positive sign, that would be 5. When you have different signs, you need to subtract and keep the sign of the higher number. So for example, if I have -4 plus 7, really you do 7 minus 4, you subtract the big minus the small, and you get 3, and I keep the sign of the bigger number. So 7 is the bigger number, so I keep the positive sign, so that would be 3. Other example would be -10 plus 4. So signs are different. I have a negative and a positive, so I'm going to subtract big minus small. 10 minus 4 is 6. Keep the sign of the bigger number, which is 10, and that has a negative sign in front of it, so I'm going to have my answer have a negative sign as well. Subtraction. The first thing you have to remember to do is keep and add the opposite. And add opposite. Okay, and then you can use addition rules, the ones we just talked about. So, for example, we have -3 minus 7. So I'm going to keep the first number and add the opposite of 7. The opposite of 7 is -7. Now I have an addition problem. My signs are the same. Add and keep. Another example would be -3 minus a -6. So I keep my first term. I add the opposite of my second term. The opposite of -6 is +6. Now my signs are different, so I subtract 6 minus 3. I get 3. Keep the sign of the bigger number. Bigger number is 6. Answer is a +3. And that is it for adding and subtracting integers.